Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all fine. I thank Almighty for giving this new day. I hope you all fine. I'm welcoming you all for this digital lesson. Children, today we're going to see about heat and temperature. Okay, so bring your classwork, textbook and pen and sit for the class. Today's topic is heat and temperature. So what is heat? Children, you all heard about heat and you all feel it. Yes, when you go and touch the hot pan, you feel heat in your hand and your fingers get burns. So what is heat? Heat is a form of energy from one object to another. So heat is a flow of kinetic energy. I am repeating it again. Heat is a form of energy that flows from one object to another object. It is a kinetic energy. You shiver when it's cold outside and sweat when it's hot outside. But how can you measure those weather temperature? Any guesses, children? How you will measure it? Temperature is involved in many aspects of our daily lives, including our own bodies and health. Now we're going to see about temperature. So what is temperature? Temperature means the measurement of warmness or coldness of a substance is known as temperature. I'm repeating again, the measurement of warmness or coldness of a substance is known as temperature. So temperature is average kinetic energy of a particle in an object. Average kinetic energy of a particle in an object. Temperature is related to how fast the atom within the substance are moving. Now look at this picture, children. The gas particle on the right have more kinetic energy than those on the left. So the gas on the right is at a higher temperature. So this is how we measure temperature. Next we are going to see about temperature units. There are 3 units which are used to measure the temperature. Degree Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. These are the 3 units which we are used to measure temperature. Let us start with degree Celsius. So what is degree Celsius? The degree Celsius is a unit of temperature on the Celsius scale. This temperature scale is originally known as the centigrade scale. Celsius is written as degree Celsius. Okay. So for an example, 20 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is a temperature scale that bases the boiling point of water at 212 Fahrenheit and the freezing point at 32 degree Fahrenheit. This Fahrenheit has written as degree Fahrenheit, that is degree F. For an example, 25 degree Fahrenheit. Kelvin. The absolute or Kelvin scale temperature exists which are much colder than the freezing point of ice at 10 degrees Celsius on the Celsius scale. Kelvin is written as capital K. For an example, 100 K. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Next we are going to see about measuring temperature. Look at this picture. Can you say what it is? Yes, it is a thermometer. The temperature of an object is well approximated with the kinetic energy of the substance. The high temperature means that the molecules within the object are moving at a faster rate. But how to measure it? If you see, molecules in any substance are very small to analyze and calculate its movements. So in order to measure its temperature, now we are going to use an indirect method to measure the kinetic energy of a temperature of a substance. Children, look at this picture. Do you know what it is? Yes, it is a states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Solid expands when heat is supplied to it. Like solid substance, liquid are also affected by heat. In thermometer, when a liquid gets heat, it expands, and when it's cooled down, it contracts. It is used to measure temperature. Next, we're going to see about thermometer. Thermometer is the most common instrument to measure temperature. Thermometer is the most common measurement to measure temperature. You all know, no? When you have a fever, the doctor will check your temperature using thermometer. So, thermometer is used to measure how much temperature that your body has. There are various kinds of thermometer. Some of them like glass tube which look thin and are filled with some kinds of liquid. So, can you see this thermometer? This is a glass tube thermometer which is very thin. Okay, it is very thin and it has some liquids filled into it. Okay, this is another type of thermometer. This is the digital thermometer. Okay, when you press this button, you will find a number here. You can see the number, and when you keep it under your tongue, it will show how much temperature you have. Okay, this is a digital thermometer. This is a glass tube thermometer. There are various, other than that, there are various kinds of thermometer. I have 2 thermometer on my home, so I showed that to you. Do you know that mercury or alcohol are used in thermometer? Do you know why? Alcohol and mercury are used in thermometer as they remain in the liquid form, which change of temperature in them. There is a technical reason for using mercury in a clinical thermometers. Mercury has a greater coefficient of thermal expansion than alcohol. This means a column of mercury will expand and rises more than the column of alcohol for the same temperature change. What is mercury? Mercury is a chemical element and only common metal which is liquid at an ordinary temperature. In ordinary temperature also, mercury will find as a liquid metal. Okay, it is a common metal which is a liquid even in the ordinary temperature. So, it is a commonly known as quicksilver and is heavy, silvery white liquid metal. These are the common name which mercury has. Properties of mercury. Its expansion is uniform, it is opaque and shining, it does not stick to the sides of the glass tube. So, it does not stick, so that's why they are using in thermometer. Okay, it is a good conductor of heat, it has a high boiling point 357 degrees Celsius and the low freezing point minus 39 degrees Celsius. Let us see some advantages of mercury. It gives result quickly as a fast response time. It is more durable than alcohol thermometer because mercury does not evaporate easily. It is smaller in size as compared to alcohol one. Mercury does not wet the wall of the thermometer, which means that the result can be highly accurate. Disadvantage of mercury. It is highly toxic for living being and the environment if the bulb breaks and the mercury leaks out. Mercury is difficult to clean and it can contaminate the surface on which it is leaked. It cannot measure cold temperature. It has low thermal coefficient. Next is property of alcohol. The freezing point of alcohol is less than minus 100 degrees Celsius. Its expansion per degree Celsius rises in temperature is very large. It can be colored brightly and hence it is easily visible. Advantages of alcohol. It is suitable to measure low temperature because of its freezing point is low. It is less toxic than mercury thermometer and hence high on the safety factor for human and environment. It has a greater value of temperature coefficient of expansion than a mercury thermometer. It is less expensive than a mercury thermometer. Disadvantage of alcohol. It is less durable because alcohol evaporates faster than mercury. It cannot measure high temperature because of a low boiling point. It wets the wall of the thermometer, which can adversely impact the accuracy of readings. Which is better, mercury or alcohol thermometer? Well, both mercury and alcohol thermometer have their own merits and demerits. So it would be unfair to term one better than another. It really depends on the purpose or application for which you want to use the thermometer. Children, take out your classwork for term 2. Write the lesson name, heat and temperature, and write what is temperature. Write any 3 units which are used to measure the temperature and write any 3 properties of mercury and alcohol. Children, please write down in your classwork. Okay children, I hope you enjoy the class and you have taken the assignment questions. So children, I meet you in the next class. Until that, take care, often wash your hands, don't forget to pray for the nation. Bye children, take care.